Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, July the 14th, 2026. And it is walk time again with Hank and Naylor. Probably might have to make this a quick walk, as I'm expecting an electrician to show up at some point. But we'll see if we can get it in. Woke up a little later. I don't know why. I rolled over, and next thing I know, it was later than I wanted to get up. But it's just around 10:30 right now. Feels pretty good outside. We had a nice, rather comfortable night in the 60s, and I even opened the window up in the man cave to give the little air conditioning unit or heater or whatever a break. The main air conditioning in the house was still on, but has hardly run the last 3 days, which is good. And it'll get a workout here starting not necessarily today. Should be okay. Be a nice day. A little warm this afternoon, but not too bad. It's when the heat comes back tomorrow and goes through the weekend with high temperatures in the 90s, nights in the low to mid 70s. So the air conditioners will be running. We have dual system, one upstairs, one downstairs. And upstairs, as you would expect, would be harder to cool because it's hot up there, or hotter, as the hot air goes up the stairs to the second floor. So in the wintertime, it's not too bad upstairs. And it always seems to be colder downstairs. So, but anyway, like I said, I wanted to give it a little bit of a break. The one upstairs in the man cave. It's one of those Mitsubishi mini split things. It's a nice thing. Keeps the humidity down up in that room. I don't set it too low. I just set it at a comfortable temperature between 80 and 82 degrees in the summertime. And probably around 68 in the wintertime, something like that. So it's not too bad. It naturally warms up there above the garage in the wintertime, so it doesn't have to be too warm up there. So as far as the setting goes, but otherwise, like I said, the electrician should be here not too long, I'm hoping. Came yesterday and gave me an estimate on putting in an outlet for my new freezer so that it runs off the generator should the generator come on, and fix the outlet out of my back deck that I found out when I was building the back deck didn't work. And then we have another item that we're going to do. So let the professional do it, the certified electrician. I think I went into that in a previous walk. But that hopefully gets taken care of today. Not too bad of a cost to it. Electricians are not cheap, as are plumbers. They make quite a bit of money on the side, and do these type of projects, especially when they have time outside their normal routine. So anyway, let's see, the Home Run Derby, which I started watching and then wasn't really interested in it. I don't know, I watched a couple and then I'm like, this is kind of boring. I'm tired of watching people hit 400 plus home runs and things like that. I didn't really know that much about the players to begin with, other than Schwarber and Harper didn't do well. Schwarber did well. Just missed winning it. So I just didn't watch much of it. I switched over to wrestling. And that really wasn't worth watching either, because that's getting pretty boring. It used to be good many years ago. I used to love Raw is War, and you'd have all the antics go on with The Rock and Triple H and Undertaker and people like that back in the 90s. And I watched it some as a kid, and going back then, it's not the same now. It's kind of weak. They really don't have. I mean, I think they're, athletes, but I'm not into the storylines or anything, because I know it's all written like a script, and they follow the script 99% of the time. So, whatever. And, the way they set up they used to call them pay-per-views. Now I forget what they call them. I don't remember what they call them now. But, we have them all over the world now, and can't just have stuff in the United States, or, everything has to go around the world. I mean, I understand it's a business, but, it's just like the NFL. I don't really like the Europe NFL, or, we're playing a football game now in Australia this year. I mean, I don't know. It's just me. The NFL is the NFL, and it's American football. And I don't really know if a lot of the world really cares about it, especially in a World Cup year with that going on, and that's the number one sport in the world. So I'm just not a fan of these, we're going to play in Europe and whatever. So, I mean, I think Jacksonville this year has, two games in Europe back to back. So they're just going to stay over there. I don't know where they're playing exactly over there, but I know one of the games is in Australia. There's a Mexico game. I'm not exactly sure if there's any more than that, but that are across or outside the United States. So, but they do what they do, and people watch it. I don't necessarily pay much attention to it. And the NFL, like I've said several times, has lost a little bit of its luster, in my opinion. Get tired of the rules changes. I get tired of the players. I get tired of the way football is. And part of it I blame on the Brady Manning years of, every time you fingernail or touch them with, a pinky, it was a flag, because, heaven forbid you touch any of them. But some other quarterbacks would get hammered into the ground and run over, and you'd be like, there's no flag, of course. But, Brady and Manning get hit, and there come the flags and everything else. So it got kind of tiresome. They would have never made it in the old days. Those quarterbacks back in the 60s, 70s, and into the 80s, even in the 90s, there were some, Favre and Aikman and Young, and, there's a couple others that I can't remember, but, he used to take big hits, or Phil Simms, I can remember, and Kelly. Back then, quarterbacks weren't protected too much. And nowadays, like I said, you go up and talk, or you even go up near them, and it's like, there's a flag. Heaven forbid. I would just put either a red flag around their waist, or a vest, or a pink tutu, because that's how they were treated. And I thought it was disgusting. They changed the rules because of that crap. And, you can't hit a receiver to do this. You can't. It's just, I'm sick of it. And, now they have the new kickoff thing, and that's just, I don't even understand it. So, college football still has the regular kickoff, and there could be some fantastic returns. I guess there can be a return in the NFL, but it's kind of boring. So, and baseball, you know, with its rule changes, and a couple of them are good, a lot of them aren't. And so I just wish they, you know, I don't like the ghost runner thing. I mean, you play 9 innings and then, oh, ghost runner. No, I think it should be 9 innings. You play 2 or 3 regular innings and then maybe the ghost runner, you know, after the 12th inning or so, or starting with the 12th or after the 12th inning. You know, have some sort of, you know, you have sudden death or something like that in it, instead of just going right to, oh, the ghost runner, we're in the top of the 10th. I don't like that. I don't mind the pitch clock, although I think it's too fast by a couple seconds. I don't like the 2 throw over rule. I'm not a fan of that. So, but other than that, hi buddies, it's nice out. Nearly you're going to get your run today because it's a nice day. No animals this morning. I'll see what else I can get into today as I wait and watch them do their work today. We'll have to run somewhere, probably, I don't know, later today or tomorrow. But not at the moment, not imminent. I think the grandchildren will be here today again. They came yesterday afternoon, and I think they'll be here again. So I have to keep them away from the electrician when he's working. Oh well, I don't have anything else. Today's not workout day. Today's not grass day, mow day. I'm not working on a project. So we'll see what I can get into. Try and behave, I guess. Had a beautiful meal last evening. Grilled sirloin tip roast. I'd never done one before. With grilled vegetables. And it was awesome. I had to look it up how to cook it because I've never cooked one before on the grill. But it was very good. So I've tried a bunch of things now. I have a new grill. I bought that earlier this year. It has a griddle on it, so I can griddle vegetables, and along with cooking on the regular grill. But I mean, I've done a chuck roast on the grill, okay, and that turned out good. I've done Delmonica steaks. That was awesome. They were the best steaks ever. I do smash burgers, and so I'm learning to do a variety of things. I haven't really cooked anything else. I don't know if I've cooked fish on it yet. I never grill chicken. I've done pork and beef, and fish. I think I've grilled fish on it. Nailer. Oh, so. But I've never done chicken, and I won't grill chicken. I'm uneasy about doing that on the grill. So let somebody else fight that battle. But anyway, I don't have any plans today. We have enough leftovers. Won't have to cook anything today. So, like I said, there's no animules. If I was really energetic, I'd get the weed whacker out and trim some of this that's out here. Do it once a year, and then it grows back. But I don't feel like doing that today. So anyway, everybody have a good day, and we'll talk to you next time. Hi, Naylor. Once he's run, he came back. All right. Say bye, Naylor. All right. Talk to you later.